Hello, this is Brian with Ghosts of Georgia Paranormal Investigations, and today's Tech Talk is on the Flir camera, and that's F-L-I-R. Flir stands for Forward Looking Infrared, a name given to it when it was originally used by the military. They would have it on a variety of applications: naval vessels, aircrafts, helicopters, armored fighting vehicles. And it got its name because it was installed to be a forward-looking infrared camera. They could pick out heat signatures, it could see through fogs, not to be confused with night vision, which you could see at night, but this would read in the heat signatures and from there build an image from it. Typically, the way that these things operate is they search out a heat source and you can see it against a cold background, or that heat source, as we know, is thermal radiation. And it would take those images and create an image assembled from the video output. Well, what we found, and this is why it's used in the paranormal investigation field, it also allows you to see cold spots against hot backgrounds. Thermometers can be a great way to detect temperature changes, and that has been reported to signify a paranormal presence. Well, these cameras are a perfect tool to visualize those temperature changes. So I may be walking around with a thermometer and I could see, hey, here's 20 degrees colder in this spot. Well, if I put the Flir camera on it, it'll help me visualize those temperature changes. I can easily find unseen hot or cold spots to go around for instant verification or troubleshooting. It's important to note the amount of thermal energy emitted by an object depends upon its temperature and how efficiently it radiates thermal energy. So sometimes the absence of thermal energy in a spot where there is a lot of thermal energy can show you something. In my opinion, and as of many in this field, the thermal imaging is one of the most powerful technologies ever developed to enhance our visual perception. The unaided human eye can only perceive a very narrow band of visible light, along with the electromagnetic spectrum, and that includes radio, microwaves, infrared, ultraviolet light, X-rays, gamma rays, on and on. Thermal energy, or the heat, resides within the infrared spectrum, which is invisible to us. This allows us to see in that field. The device itself has many, many complications, as I'm showing here. And you'll see all of these different buttons, etc. And I've already turned it on and taken off the lens cap. But if I'm looking at the sides here, you can see it's got a memory card right there. You also can plug an external piece into it. And I'm going to close that and go to the other side. Here I've chose to plug the power into the wall. However, at the very bottom, there is a spot for a battery that you can insert there. And then these are various types of USB connections if I want to download it. Typically what we do is we will run this into our DVR, and so there's no necessarily download from this device itself, which we could if we wanted to on that memory card. We just have it run right into our DVR. Really simply put, here's the, you have a power button, you have an information button, and I'll go ahead and hit some of those so you can see the difference here. And the camera might get a little shaky because I want to follow it around to show you some results here. So if you're looking at this device, you'll see some of the red. Now, actually, my dog is over on the couch. So I'm going to point it over there, and there's my dog. You can see him on that couch. He appears as a heat signature. Now, he's in a ball, so you can't really see a figure. However, if there was a figure for some reason walking by, then I might be able to detect it in the absence of heat or maybe in a heat spot. The red you see right there, which may be of interest to some of you, I have my heater on. It's cold here in Georgia today, and as a result, it's blowing out hot air, which is heating that area. If I go around the room, you will see different variations of color. And if you look at the side bar there, 73.4 is the highest temperature in here. Now it's 73.3, and 66 is the lowest. This is an important thing to note because if you are outside, as we were this past weekend, I think the high outside was 36. So 36 was showing up in the white, which was the red hot outside, and I think it was 29 at the below. So it's important that you look at the numbers along the side. The device itself has got a pretty thick manual, and it'll teach you how to use all of the different buttons. For the most part, we leave it in this standard setting where you have the red, white at the hottest and blue at the bottom to detect those signatures and those temperatures. We have often caught figures, animals, and such. So this is the Flir camera. If you'd like to learn more about the Flir camera, you can definitely reach out to Ghosts of Georgia Paranormal Investigation, or you can look online. There's so many different models. So hopefully you've enjoyed looking just at the small features that I was able to show on this device, and have a great day. Thank you.